Okay, yesterday was the bi-monthly tool swap meet. If you remember, I did a video there 2 months ago, and I picked up that sweet shingle cutter, which I'm still working on, and probably have that finished up here in the near future as I keep getting distracted with other projects. But yesterday I picked up these really nice items and got to spend some time with Scoutcrafter and some other great guys, so I'll share that with you here in a minute. But before I do that, I just want to return to these Bonnie wrenches here. So if you remember, I did a video about a week ago where I traded an item back to somebody and they gave me some tools in return. And this is what I got with these really nice Bonnie wrenches. And they just got a lot of great comments on Instagram as well as on my YouTube video. And people had a lot of questions about them. They don't say Bonnie on them. They do have the B. And they're just beautiful. And Resto Rob, who's a huge Bonnie guy, sent me this on Instagram, and it's actually from the catalog.
How cool is this? The Bonnie Forge and Tool Works out of Allentown, PA, and I estimate this back to about 1925. And this wrench kit that I have was for a Ford, and it advertises here that wrench kit has every item you would need to work on a Ford, including my favorite wrench of them all, that curved wrench. And it says there, it includes a thin wrench with an offset bar for adjusting the reverse gear and brake. So hopefully that answers a lot of folks' questions that had asked about this either on Instagram or on my last YouTube video. And only item I am missing is that 23F, which is the smallest wrench. And who knows, maybe it came with the canvas roll, or maybe he decided not to spend the 50 cents for the extra price for that. Well, let's get back to the video.
And here's the items from the tool swap meet, and I thought this was just so neat. This was an item I came across, and the reason I liked it is it has this flush joint. Reminds me a lot of the SK design, and I love the handle on it, that it has this almost like a grip. I thought that was just so cool, and it seemed to be in decent shape. And the final thing that I loved about it is that it says West Germany on it, and it's in pretty good condition. And for $3, I figured, hey, that got the ball rolling. And then I ran into John, and John was looking at a couple tools, and he said, hey, Tom, you gotta look at this Crescent Lyman's pliers. It's just in fantastic shape. And I took a look at it, and I couldn't agree more. Look at the teeth on that. John held it up to the light, and he gave it the old Scoutcrafter test. No light going through the teeth. And so I took this, and I got this from one of Scoutcrafter's favorite guys there named Bruce. And Bruce does a really nice job. If you remember, John talked about him in some of the other videos where he cleans everything up. When you get something from Bruce, it's pretty much at least wire wheeled and had oil in it. And he had that, and then he had this on his table, Bruce, and he wanted $3 for this. And I took both items up to Bruce, and he said, hey, just give me $5. And I thought that was more than fair. And this was actually fuller, but I took a nice handful of this and gave it to a gentleman who was standing next to me. And I said, hey, I could have used a couple of those the other day. And I said, open your pocket, and I threw a handful of those in. Then I saw Scoutcrafter digging through a $2 bundle of rusted stuff. It was in a box. And he pulled this out, and I said, John, I've been looking for one of these. It's actually on my shopping list. I want to get adjustable wrench. I would love to get an S one, a curved one. And John said, well, this one's $2. And the guy that was selling it said to us, just to be fair, and you guys are aware of it, the teeth do have a chip in it, and you can see it there. And that does cause it to have a little bit of play in it. And it does have a little bit, when it hits that spot, it'll have a little bit more play. But this is a Billings 10-inch curved wrench. And these are hard to find. I went on eBay to try to find it. And they're selling for good money. And there's not even any out there right now that are selling. So I thought this was a great first curved wrench to have. When you first start collecting something or wanting something, sometimes you don't get something that's premier and pristine. But it's on the shopping list, and I'm sure I'll come across one in the future. I could always hit that on the belt sander. Just a fun item to have is even a wall hanger, or who knows, maybe I could even find, I doubt that these are universal, that I could pull one out of maybe a similar size crescent wrench, but who knows, I'll fumble around with that. So not a ton of items that I picked up here, but I had a great time.
First reason I had such a great time was just seeing all the items and all the things on display. And take a look at this new old stock drill that this person found in their attic that was their grandfather's. And you know, that's half the fun. You might not be in the market for something, but looking at all this cool stuff is you know, it's just, it makes it a fun time. I mean, look at this brand new old stock hammer handles. How cool is that? And then, you know, here's John giving me an education on mini lathes. You know, I learned a lot about just tools, and that is the primary reason I had so much fun there. I was just talking to the guys, learning about this mono lathe. Here's one of the most rarest lathes that there is out there. You know, when you could just stand around celebrating somebody else's purchase, that is so fun. And here's a gentleman that bought a Park cantilever toolbox, and I think he got $10 for it. And just to see 5 or 6 guys so happy for him, you know, that's what it's about. You know, just men talking about tools that enjoy tools. And I think he paid $10 for this, and we were all super stoked for him. It was in great shape, and it was really clean.
Okay, wrapping this video up, there's the items I got from the tool swap meet. Hopefully you enjoyed the update on the Bonnie wrenches. And like and subscribe, because I came across a lot of cool items recently that I picked up that I'll be sharing in future videos. Thanks for watching.